some generic questions to you guys about how you feel about the upcoming school year, what pressures you feel you might... Sorry. What pressures you feel you might face at different levels of education, like middle school, high school, or university. So how do you guys feel about school starting next week?
I'm very nervous for school starting because it's also a new school that I'm going to, and it's a higher grade. So the marks, they're even like, it's more pressured in grade 11. I feel, and like my first semester, I already know what it is, so it's going to be difficult.
It's the same especially thing. The academics. Like if you think about it, like you're heading into 8 subjects which you know nothing about. So that's frightening to think about personally, since I value my academics that much.
For like grade 11 especially, because everyone always psychs you up for it, and they're like, it's going to be harder in grade 11, it's going to be harder in grade 11, and you're going to have to take it seriously. So then when you go into grade 11, even if it's the easiest thing, I'm like afraid I'm going to psych myself out, because everyone like builds it up to be that hard. But then everyone build up high school in general to be that hard, but it isn't. Okay, when I went into grade 9, I was super nervous, so is anyone nervous?
I'm nervous, very nervous.
Why?
Because I'm gonna meet like people I've never met before.
Isn't that exciting though?
No.
No?
I get make new friends. I've gone through 3 phases of depression.
So those of you going into grade 9, like I was especially nervous, so who would feel that they're nervous going into grade 9?
Yeah, let's have a poll. Seriously. Out of how many students do we have going into grade 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, right?
I thought he was going to grade 8.
Shut up.
Would you go to the gym?
Look, is any of you excited then? Is any of you excited? Looking forward.
I'm excited and nervous. Yeah.
Reasons for excitement?
I'm gonna see more of my friends.
Wasn't that your reason for excitement?
I said friends, I didn't say random people. You understand English?
So
YATA Talks.
I know that some of the people here are actually returning to university. So maybe we can talk about the differences that you experienced in your first year of university compared to your years in high school.
Mm-hmm. In your first year, like you're heading into your year and you're thinking, okay, I've got time, 4 years ahead of me. Now you finish your first year, you think it'd be like your layoff year, you know, you're heading into university, it's different, so you have time to do bad possibly. Mm-hmm. But now that's out the window. Like you're scared, like I'm frightened I need an internship by the end of next year. For that I need my grades to be up, so there's extra pressure for that. Mm-hmm. Besides that, I struggled through my first year. I barely slept, I barely saw my parents. So all that's gonna come back, so it is scary, yeah. It is scary. But I think these 4 months you get off, like it sort of evens out. You know, 4 months of doing nothing with 8 months of intense work. So I guess, yeah, it's going to be a pattern for the next 4 years.
That's deep.
Yeah. Also, I think because in high school, grade 12, I don't know about anybody else, but like I know that I kind of like did more work than I've ever done. And you do so much, so you go into first year and you're like, oh my god, like it's kind of chill. And then you kind of get used to that chill. And then I feel like by the end, like you become too chill. For some people. I mean, I know that some people just done like so much work that they haven't slept, right?
Yeah, I think that applies to the program you're in, right?
Yeah, with me, because I learned a lot of this stuff in grade 12, because I'm in health sciences, so they teach you they basically recap grade 12. Huh?
Do you know what we need?
That's the time. Dumb!
It's almost shocking how easygoing it is in some programs, and you kind of get used to the lack of pressure that all the high school teachers in grade 12 used to actually scare you about. So I feel like going into second year, you might be caught off guard with the pressure coming on you harder than it was in first year.
Yeah, because I lived not at home, so with that too, like when you're at home, your parents are like, hey, like, what did you get? Like, what about your grades? Like, they ask you, they kind of help you. I guess they do pressure you, but I think that's kind of good. Mm-hmm. When they aren't around, like you kind of slack off, right? And then you can see that, and then by the end of the year, you go back to them, and you're like, well, I'm kind of almost getting kicked out of uni. But second year, like it's pretty stressful going back, but it's also kind of exciting because in university you do what you want to do. Mm-hmm. But then again, like it's hard because if I don't do good, I'm not going to be able to get to where I want to be. Mm-hmm. So it's really scary too.
But
so there's all these mixed feelings, yeah.
That's like 2 different things we heard. We heard that's really hard that you don't sleep and you don't eat, you don't see your parents, but then you are saying it. So which is it? Because some people in high school, your teachers amp you up to say it's really, really hard. Mm-hmm. But when you go to university, no one's going to be there to help you. You're going to be on your own. And then there are students who are like, it's super easy. You can handle it.
For me, I guess that's the university. It's the program. There's a lot of things, right?
Like with me, like my experience, like I brought my commute to add to that. I spend like 3 hours a day commuting, so my time's wasted on that. I'm not efficient with my studying. I'm doing engineering, which is probably the hardest bachelor's there is. So yeah, I guess there's mixed experiences, depending mostly on your bachelor's.
Yeah.
Like health science, I've heard it's hard to get in, but once you're in, it's smooth.
It's the first year at least. It's basically just grade 12, what courses you took then. And I guess when you go into second year and third year, it might be harder. I don't know yet because I'm going into second year, but it's also exciting. But yeah, because you've done I've done pretty bad first year because I slacked off so much. I'm not really sure what's gonna happen now.
Yeah, and then especially since in second year you aim more towards your major, which is a whole new, thing to start on. And then you said you lived on campus. So then, did any other university student live off campus? And do you guys want to talk about that?
Off campus?
Yeah, off campus with your family.
My commute was an hour, and I had to wake up because I had an early class every day, so I had to wake up at 5 and then get ready and stuff. So and then I only had one class every day, so I just go home, and it was but the thing with there's also they want you to join clubs and stuff, and I tried joining, but then it was just too stressful because then I'd have to stay there at university and then just stay there all day basically because I can't just go back home and then come back and go to a club or something. So that was I couldn't join really clubs that much.
Yeah.
Or I couldn't interact with other people, so making friends was hard, and because I don't know.
Yeah, makes sense. So, any other pressures you guys want to talk about university before we
The
move
jump
on?
of the added responsibility you get with university, right? It's insane. From high school to university, it's not just a jump of 1 year. I personally believe, did you know that 10 years ago there used to be grade 13, which was called a networking sort of bridge to university year?
Yeah.
Where high schoolers have to do grade 13. But they put that out now. And I think, I don't know, from personal experience, yeah, high school to university was madness. You can't manage it the first couple months especially. You spend so long trying to take it all in, and yeah, it was havoc. How about you high schoolers? Are you guys looking forward to university? What have you heard about university? I mean, you're the oldest high schooler here, right? So just talking to you.
Okay, so
Come on.
So let me ask you guys a question. This is for everyone in all ages. So do you guys feel the pressures from home that really fall on you to do well in school affect how you do in school?
Yeah.
You guys want to go on?
My parents were you have to do good in school. That's how you're gonna succeed. If you don't, you're gonna be you're not gonna have stuff that other people You're gonna be jealous of rich people and stuff like that when you could be.
They base good grades off of money, right? And they say that if you don't succeed, you don't have money. And I think it's great to be money centered, but then at the same time, that's when you stop valuing learning, and that's when you kind of say, okay, I just need a pass, and then we don't learn anything. If you look, our generation in general, we don't learn very well. We don't learn with ethic. We just want to get by, especially in some communities. We just want to get by. We want to get rich, and it's not about being rich. It's about doing your job.
The unfortunate truth, I personally think, is that what matters more than anything else is your numbers. You don't need to learn. You need to learn, sure, do it for your own satisfaction, for your personal self-acknowledgement, But if you really want to get out there, get a job and stuff like that, you need to do your numbers.
How much do you need to pass in your course?
Passing, that's the bare minimum you got to do.
Yeah, how much percent?
A percent? I think it might be a 50%, a 2.5, I think, puts you on probation. 1.6?
So 2 point whatever that is, that if you're lower than that, that's probation.
Mm-hmm.
So mine's if you're
So about
under
50%.
What does probation mean?
It's they probation is
Probation, you're basically on the
Rejection.
the list of getting expelled, if you continue on there.
They're giving you a second chance essentially, where they're okay, we don't want to kick you out just yet, so we're giving you this time frame to bring your scores up But if you don't, we're sorry, we're gonna have to let you go.
But what I'm saying is like after high school, numbers matter. If you get high 80, you're gonna get in the program you want. But in the end, in university, if you have 52% and the minimum is 50, or if you have 98, it's the same thing. You're getting the same degree, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if it's really about numbers, shouldn't you
Like
be
in
learning?
like my brother's in university, right? But like he says grade 9 and 10 is pretty chill. You don't have to like get like your best marks. It really matters about grade 11 as well.
If university, okay. Okay.
High school.
Oh, high school, okay.
With university, like personally, when I got out of high school, I thought, yeah, university is gonna be chill. Like I'm gonna be responsible, in charge of all my studies. But now you're here and you're thinking, what am I thinking?
I'm just a big garbage man on the street picking up garbage.
That's a good job.
I think one